I looked at her face. I didn't expect that the first time we met would be like this. Just as I was about to explain, she slapped me. I was hit so hard that I was dizzy and tilted my head to the other side. Before I could react, I was slapped on the other side of my face. The sharp pain on my face made me lose the ability to think. Her friends pointed at me and cursed. What have you done at such a young age? How can you seduce a married man like a bitch? Do you really think we are easy to bully if we don't teach you a lesson? You're still wearing an academic uniform. Do you think you're qualified, bitch? The noise attracted the attention of the students in the next dormitory. In an instant, a group of people surrounded the door of my dormitory. It took me a long time to calm down. I gritted my teeth and looked at Stephanie, suppressing the anger in my chest. Miss Smith, I think you're mistaken. I'm not the mistress you're talking about, and college students aren't what you think they are either. I hope you respect me. Thinking that my father had chosen his wife for 10 years before he brought her home, I wanted to save her face and suffer loss, but I didn't expect her to sneer after hearing that. She pointed at the suitcase I brought back from abroad and said coldly, "If you're not a mistress, who are you? If I'm not mistaken, they're all the luxury goods that my husband bought for you. You really spend a lot of this money in the past 4 years in college. Do you dare to say that you didn't send the photos on the internet?" As soon as she finished speaking, she took out her phone and scrolled to my post in the morning. The picture was of me holding my father's arm, carrying the latest Chanel. I wrote, "No matter what happens in the future, we will be the most important people to each other." At the moment, I realized that I was the cause of her misunderstanding. The anger in my chest was instantly replaced by speechlessness. "You're mistaken," I blurted. "I'm not the mistress you're talking about. Didn't my dad tell you he has a daughter in college?" Stephanie looked me up and down. She snorted and said sarcastically, "Do you think you're qualified? My husband's daughter has already gone abroad to study. Who do you think you are? You're a whore instead of a college student." She reached out her fingers and poked my academic uniform hard. She roared, "Since you know he's already a father, how can you do such a shameless thing?" I didn't expect that after 2 years of communication abroad, the surprise of me showing up at their wedding would turn into a misunderstanding. As I was out of patience, I said anxiously, "If you don't believe me, you can ask my dad. There are all my photos at home. Haven't you seen them?" After saying that, she panicked for a moment. "What photos? Don't talk nonsense. I don't even have a photo in my apartment. My husband said that his daughter doesn't like to take photos." Hearing this, I suddenly understood. My dad had never taken her back to the old house. I was so anxious that I sweated profusely, but I couldn't find a reason to prove myself. When Mom passed away, Dad directly changed my surname to Mom's. Now the name didn't match. Seeing my anxious look, Stephanie smiled triumphantly. "You have nothing to say, do you? You bitch. If I don't teach you a lesson today, you won't know who you are." As soon as she finished speaking, she ordered. The security guards behind her rushed in and snatched everything visible in my dormitory. Stephanie turned to look at her phone and aimed the camera at the messy ground. After reading all the comments, she said, "Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot about this bitch's suitcase." Then she opened the suitcase regardless of my wails, and the things inside were scattered all over the ground. She cut the latest designs of the brands I bought from abroad into cloth with scissors. My Hermes belt was torn off, and the limited edition perfume was smashed and spilled all over the ground. The fragrance made her eyes turn red.